Hello everyone, Chris here from CITC. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well. Chris's Friday Rants. Today's video slash this live stream is gonna be about social media. Social media is, it's really big, right? So it's used from your grandma all the way to us here, small businesses in town and big corporate entities. And I think there's a lot to learn about social media, and I think there is a lot really to gain from it as well. So this is Chris's Friday Rants. I hope you all enjoy today's discussion. So this is Chris's Friday Rants, episode 3, social media. So let's begin with the definition of what social media is. Social media, defined by Merriam-Webster, is actually forms of electronic communication. They say such as websites for social networking and microblogging, through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos. So, as you guys know, I'm streaming this right now on Facebook. Facebook is a form of social media. It falls under this line of being a website for social networking. Pretty much the definition of it. So any application you use out there that sort of connects people together in order to share information, communication, advertisements, pretty much any form of networking, I guess you can use that term, is social media. So let's see. Right here, I have a list of different social media kind of apps, right? Some of which not necessarily, or some of them don't exist anymore. Just pull this off of the internet, really. The big ones to really look at here, I guess, would be Facebook. As you know, that's what we're streaming on right now. There is Snapchat. Snapchat has actually become a bigger social network frame just within the last 2 years. They've gotten a big influence of videos coming to Snapchat, as well as just little communities, really. I've seen a lot of like group chat functionality coming out of Snapchat in recent years. Pinterest, again, going back to sharing information, sharing advertisements. Pinterest is a good social media website for that. LinkedIn, for all you corporate and business aficionados. LinkedIn is another social media site specifically for more of the corporate side, the more business professional side of things. I have personally used LinkedIn a lot in my personal life. YouTube, of course, going back to the idea of sharing videos, sharing content, entertainment. That is another social media, and we here at CITC mainly use YouTube and Facebook. Now, there are other things on here that I'm noticing that definitely could be utilized by a small business, such as CITC. One in particular here is WordPress. I know this for a fact to be more of a blog kind of website. You build your own blogs, and then you can have interactivity that way, updates and things. But basically, social media, all of these icons you see here, you probably know what a majority of them are. These are all different social media apps that you can utilize in your personal and business life. So, speaking of business applications, let's go ahead and talk about that, shall we? In terms of business application, the first thing that comes to my mind is advertisement. Social media is really great for advertisement. You've seen here on the CITC page multiple advertisements going out. Some of them are friends, the Media Radio team. They throw advertisements out on their Facebook page as well. Social media does really well for advertisements. And it's a good way to garner reach of your customer base. Another thing that social media is really good for is recognition. So along with advertisement, there's also recognition of a brand that comes through social media, just really through the reach of it all. So as you scroll through a YouTube page, or you scroll through Facebook, or even Snapchat, or what have you, social media of your choice, you might start to see brands and different companies pop up, such as CITC. You'll start seeing some of my videos popping up on YouTube if you happen to have, the same kind of likes and following that caters to my advertisements there, as well as here on Facebook. So recognition really goes a long way, because now in the back of your mind you're thinking, who's the best tech business out there who can help me with your general tech problems? And if you have seen any of my adverts, or maybe through any recognition on any of the social media platforms, you'll definitely come to us here at CITC. So again, recognition, a really big point here of business application through social media. Another thing that's good for businesses with using social media is updates. People want to know what your business is doing. People want to understand where your business is heading, anything you have going on with your business. It's really great to explain that update through social media. So here at CITC, Facebook being our main hub of social media and our presence, you've seen updates. I think yesterday I had a few updates given on the CITC page, talking about what we plan to do with our website, what we plan to do with the YouTube channel, what's going on here on the Facebook page itself. So updates being another key function here for what businesses should use social media for. And one of the last comments here about social media is using whatever social media you want as a business. It allows you to have direct customer feedback. As you're seeing right now, I am live streaming this video, and whenever a potential customer or any viewer wants to chime in and leave a comment on this, I have direct feedback into seeing what they're asking, being able to talk to them in real time as if they're standing in front of me. And I think social media does the best job of having that direct customer feedback, in which phone calls or emails or all of that, it takes time to reply and get back to somebody. Social media really bridges the gap between that communication and direct customer feedback. It may be the last point on the slide, but it is definitely the most important feature that social media can offer you as well for your business in terms of application. So let's go ahead and talk about social media in the personal life here. So these are just a few things that I believe that social media can help you with in your personal applications. The first being updates. Updates about your life, updates about an event you may be going to, updates pretty much about what your personal updates are that you want to explain to your friends, your family, even publicly to the entire world if you wanted to. It really gives you that option to update whatever update you want to give in terms of personal matters, or just your personal application in general, really is to give that update. And social media is a great way to do that. And not only that, it's a great form of communication. Again, going back to the example of emails and phone calls and text, it does take a little bit of delay between answers there. Direct communication with social media, it sort of also ties back to business applications with direct customer feedback. Communication here from a personal standpoint, you could be the customer, right? With the personal communication to a business that you really like, you're able to get that direct feedback. The communication is strictly there. So when it comes to personal applications, communication being a second most important point here. And then another thing to really look at in terms of personal application here is online commerce. So most people, you may know this, or most people may not know this, but most social media applications out there actually have commerce on them. Pinterest, Etsy, for example. I know that's specifically built for commerce, but there is sort of a social media kind of aspect there with networking and communication between sellers and buyers, and it does build on that. Facebook, heck, we have Facebook Live Marketplace, so that's a place that you can go and sell your things through this social media hub. And so online commerce, something that your personal application can definitely use for. And then the last point here for personal application of social media is entertainment. So you may get your news from from social media apps. You may have effective communication, online commerce, but there's also an entertainment aspect of it. And just even what we're doing here now with the live streaming, it's a form of entertainment. So by the use of social media, we're able to provide you with a little bit of content here that you can watch, you can enjoy, and interact with. So not only is it good for commerce and selling and advertisements, but in terms of just pure content and entertainment, it's also a great means, an effective means to get that content out there. So let's talk personally about CITC and how we use social media. First thing that comes to mind is advertisement. I think I've sort of went over this when talking about the business applications, but I'll say it again. CITC's main hub is right here on Facebook, and so advertisement is one of our biggest points that we use social media for. So if we're not advertising through means of social media, like what's the alternative? Going and putting poster boards up around town, that's fine and dandy. Throwing out t-shirts, stay tuned for that event later. But things like that, physical and word of mouth kind of advertisement doesn't reach the kind of effects, doesn't actually garner that much attention as social media does, and that's why we use social media for our advertisements here at CITC. Again, talking about direct feedback and communication, how do we know if we're not doing well? How do we know if our solutions that we provide to everyone isn't doing right, or we're going about a way of our business that people just don't agree with? Direct feedback and communication through our social media is the best way to understand and measure how you're doing as a business. So that's sort of what we do here at CITC. We got to have that direct feedback. We got to have that communication. And that's why now we have worked on ways to actually use Facebook Messenger with CITC. Coming soon, you should be able to just send messages directly from our Facebook page into our inboxes here, and we'll be able to answer your questions, your feedback, anything that you have to say about CITC. We will most definitely have eyes on that. Another thing that we here at CITC use social media for is for booking. I know right now we don't have an official booking place on our website or an official kind of third-party booking system, but social media is one way that we can opt into doing that, where you could actually have a booking of your consultations right here through the Facebook page, through our website, through YouTube. Booking is probably one of the bigger features I'm really working towards getting here on the CITC page, because once we get that, the process is very streamlined. You get in there, you see available dates, you're able to understand what is available, what you're looking for, and it just makes the process really easy. So booking is, a third point here. This is what CITC uses social media for. And again, as we talked about in the personal applications and business applications, CITC being a small business, we love to give updates. We like to update you on what we're doing, where we're heading, exactly what the next big thing is for the company. And so, again, this is just what we use social media for, and we definitely use it for giving you, our customers, our viewers, those who subscribe to CITC YouTube channel, or even you watching here on the Facebook live stream, updates to our Facebook page. Social media does a great job of allowing us to update you on what our business is heading towards and what we have planned next. And we also use our social media for entertainment. You'll notice that in some of my videos, mainly these Chris's Friday Rant videos, I don't put a heavy emphasis on telling you to book your consultations, heavy emphasis on to really selling our business as much as it is just entertaining you, right? Giving you a content in which you can consume and enjoy. I don't really like the idea of being nothing but selling and advertising through means of social media. I think you do have to divvy it up every once in a while, which is why Chris's Friday Rants it will always be more so from an entertainment aspect than it will ever be from just trying to sell consultations. Selling consultations, that's what our help series is going to be about. That's what other videos and other content will basically be about. It's entirely separate here from Chris's Friday Rants because it's Friday. I want to rant a little bit, and I think that every small business, every business out there that has this online presence, you need to have some sort of entertainment. No one wants to sit here and just hear you, do your pitch, day in and day out. You need to have a little bit of give and take. You need to tell your community and your clients and your customers, give them a little bit of entertainment. Give them something to consume, and get to know your business's ideas through that content. So yeah, these are just the things that CITC uses social media for. Again, you don't have to use them this way if you're another small business. You don't have to use them this way in your personal life. This is just what we personally use here, at Chris's IT Consultations. We full-heartedly believe that this is the way to go. But hey, if you have any other ideas about this, go ahead and leave a comment. If you're watching the YouTube video or here on the Facebook page, tell us your ideas on what you think social media's usage should be for a small business or your personal life. I'd love to hear from you. So now we've talked about how we use it. We've talked about what you should use it for in your personal and business life, but maybe you're asking yourself, what's the best platforms to use? Well, when it comes to social media, the best platforms to use really depends on your business. It depends on your business, on what your business sells, what service they provide, what is the kind of atmosphere that you're going for, right? If you're looking to just have a small business like mine that's very tech-based, then the best platform for us actually comes in play with the second point, and that's the customer segment. Being an online-only kind of business, our customer segment is really how we choose our platform. And right now, Facebook is the biggest customer segment is coming from that social media platform. And that is why we are here on this Facebook page, and why we offer our advertisements, why we're doing these live streams and our videos here on this page, because this platform is actually what's working best for us. Other people, that might be Snapchat, it might be LinkedIn, it might be whatever social media you decide to choose, but understanding what your business is, the kind of industry that it revolves around, and your customer segment goes a very long way into choosing what social media platform you use. The third point is dependent upon the user as well. And by user, I basically mean whoever needs to set the social media account up. You may like the aspect of Twitter better than you do Facebook, or you might like Facebook over a Reddit or a Snapchat. It really depends on these three things. Like, what is your business about? What kind of customers are you trying to go after? And your users, your team, or you, if you're a sole proprietorship, what are you more comfortable with working with? And once you figure all three of those things out, you can go ahead and give yourself, the best platform that works for your business or your personal life, for that matter as well. But here's my final thoughts on why social media is such a big aspect of not only like business and personal life, and very much a combination of both, but more so about like why the heck should you even use social media in the first place, and that's just effective communication. If you have something you want to sell, you have to get your name out there. Social media is the best way to do it. In fact, if you're not using social media to actually sell your products and get your name out there, I honestly don't know what the heck you're doing. Because if you gotta at least have one or two forms of an online presence in today's day and age to get your business out there. And that's sometimes you will see businesses, that you really enjoy, like a mom and pop store, and you go there and you love, the products that they produce and the people, and they, as characters, you really enjoy them. But then, when you find out a little bit more, you want, you don't necessarily want to go down there. You might want to do it from home, and they don't have an online presence. They don't have any social media there to help them out and understand what products they're actually serving. It can really hinder that business. And time again, we are seeing a big push to having just some sort of media presence, and social media obviously falls into that realm of what you need to push forwards to. The business stands firm with saying that social media is actually good, and it helps you get your name out there. It will definitely help you push your business, into a consumer base that you never thought would ever be possible. And so hopefully by watching this live stream and this video, you're able to understand that social media is something that if you're not doing as a small business, if you're not doing as someone who sells a product or service, you really need to. Because if you're not trying to garner an audience like that, then you're never gonna garner that audience, right? So yeah, this is my final thoughts. This is Chris's Friday Rants. This is what I think about social media. And honestly, if you're not pushing to this as a small business and someone who sells a service or a product, you really should. And that's the end of the episode. I hope you all enjoyed something. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all had some form of insight from me, Chris, here at CITC. And remember, hoping is our passion. Technology is our medium.